Lightning rips the sky apart. Mountains melt. The air chokes on sulfur. Gods scatter like frightened birds. And rising from the torn earth, a thing with 100 serpent heads, wings wide enough to smother the sun, eyes burning like twin furnaces. Across from it stands Zeus, king of Olympus, breaker of titans, master of the storm. His thunderbolt flickers in his grip. And then he runs, not retreats, not repositions. Runs. This is the god who overthrew his father, the god who chained giants in eternal darkness. Yet before this creature, even the sky god chooses fear over pride. There was only one being in Greek myth who made Zeus abandon his throne, Typhon. This isn't just a monster story. It's the story of the one moment when power failed, and chaos almost swallowed the heavens whole. Stay close, because the truth behind that fear is darker than the beast itself.
Unveil the legends.
Before the firestorm, there was victory. Zeus had crushed the Titans, buried them deep, claimed the sky as his kingdom. Olympus glittered in gold. But victory breeds arrogance and paranoia. Zeus wasn't just a ruler. He was a son who had watched Cronus devour his own children to avoid losing power. He learned the lesson. Well, never let threats grow. So he ruled hard, struck fast, trusted little. Beneath the earth, a mother listened. Gaia felt her Titan children screaming in Tartarus. Zeus had chained them without mercy, and Gaia does not forget. Peace on Olympus was fragile, forced, built on prison walls and buried. Gods, so Gaia decided to answer violence with something worse. Not a Titan, not a god, a weapon born of rage. And when the earth itself prepares for war, even the sky should tremble. The ground split open. Not cracked, split. From the wound in the earth rose Typhon, half man, half beast, all nightmare. His torso towered to the clouds. Instead of legs, two massive coils of vipers. Each finger ended in claws that could shred mountains. From his shoulders burst 100 dragon heads, each one shrieking in a different voice. Some roared like lions, some barked like hounds, some whispered like dying men. And his eyes, they burned with hatred older than Olympus. Typhon didn't attack quietly. He declared war. He hurled mountains like stones. He tore up forests by the roots. Storms followed his wings. Fire spilled from his jaws. The gods saw him coming, and they broke. They fled to Egypt, hid in animal forms, turned into birds, fish, anything to escape. Only Zeus stood his ground. At first, lightning struck Typhon again, and again the sky flashed white. Thunder shattered cliffs. Zeus roared defiance. But Typhon kept coming closer, closer, until the monster reached out and grabbed the king of the gods. Imagine that moment. Zeus the Thunderer, trapped in the coils of a serpent. Giant. Typhon ripped the sinews from Zeus's hands and feet, tore them out, left him helpless. The ruler of Olympus couldn't even stand. Typhon dragged him to a cave in Cilicia and hid the sinews away. Guarded by a dragon, the king of the gods, mutilated, powerless, broken, and for a moment, chaos won. Think about the psychology of that. Typhon wasn't just strong. He targeted Zeus's strength. He didn't kill him. He crippled him. Because what's worse than death? Helplessness. For the first time since the Titans fell, the cosmos had no ruler. Storms raged without command. Seas churned without rhythm. The world felt it. Fear spreads fast when the sky goes silent. But myths are cruel to monsters. Hermes and Pan stole back the sinews, restored Zeus' strength. The king rose again. This time, he didn't hesitate. He chased Typhon across the world. And the final battle shook creation. Thunderbolts fell like meteors. Entire mountains melted. The sky burned gold and red, until Zeus hurled one last bolt. It struck. Typhon fell, and the earth swallowed him, buried beneath Mount Etna. They say when Etna erupts, that's Typhon breathing fire in his prison. But here's the part they don't like to talk about. Zeus ran. He lost. And for a moment, the monster won. We're told this is a simple story. Order defeats chaos. Good triumphs over evil. But look closer. Typhon wasn't born evil. He was born from rage. From injustice. Gaia created him because Zeus upset the balance. He chained the Titans. Forever, he ruled through force. Typhon wasn't random destruction. He was backlash. It was nature pushing back. And here's the darker layer. Typhon represents something older than gods. In Greek thought, the worst thing wasn't death. It was chaos, the loss of control. Zeus is control, law, structure, authority. Typhon is everything that can't be controlled. Earthquakes, volcanoes, storms that don't listen to prayers. The Greeks lived in a world where mountains exploded and cities vanished overnight. So they told a story where their king of gods wins, because if he didn't, then no one was in charge. And that's the real terror. Not 100 snake heads, but the idea that no one is holding the lightning. And here's the irony. Zeus feared becoming his father, overthrown, humiliated, powerless. Typhon made that fear real. For a brief moment, Zeus became exactly what he hated. Weak. Is Typhon the villain? Or is he the consequence? Because every empire creates its own monster. Push the world hard enough, it pushes back. In the end, Zeus wins. He hurls the final thunderbolt. Typhon crashes down. The monster is buried beneath Mount Etna, fire trapped under stone. Olympus stands. The gods return to gold and wine. Order survives. But something changes. Typhon was the last true threat. No Titan ever came that close again. Rebellion ever tore the sky from Zeus's hands like that. Because for one brutal moment, the king of the gods was helpless. That memory never leaves. After Typhon, Zeus rules harder, strikes faster, trusts less. Fear reshapes him. Here's the irony. Zeus fought to protect order from chaos. Yet it was chaos, Typhon, that revealed how fragile his order really was. The monster didn't just scorch the earth. He proved the sky could fall. And once a god knows he can bleed, he never rules the same way again. Typhon teaches one brutal lesson. Even the king of the gods can run. Power doesn't erase fear, it hides it. So here's the question. If you had seen that monster rising from the earth, would you have stood with Zeus? Or would you have run with the other gods? Tell me in the comments. And if you think Typhon was the most terrifying creature in Greek mythology, wait until you hear about the woman whose gaze turned armies to stone. She wasn't born a monster either, and her curse might be darker than Typhon's. Fire, because sometimes the most terrifying creatures wear a human face.